Hey folks, Tech Tucker here. In today's video, what we are going to go through is my pickups from games 50% clearance stock with pre-owned. So essentially what happened is about a week ago at this point, Game did actually slash the price of all their pre-owned stock across the UK by 50%. Of course they did have the 3 for 2 beforehand, and of course that was a good deal in itself, but 50% of pre-owned stock, it works out better than the 3 for 2. And I picked up a massive stack of games that even today I've gotten more. So without further ado, let's get into what I've picked up. Okay, so for a bit of background in terms of this, it was about last Friday. So in terms of this upload, this is a Sunday, so not the Friday that's just been, but the Friday before that. I saw a prompt come up on Hot UK Deals saying that yes, there is indeed 50% off of all pre-owned stock. So I had to go there and find it for myself. I went on this Saturday, so next game day. At this point, I thought most of the stock was going to be gone, but again, I've got a handful of Switch games here, and this is excluding the PlayStation stuff I got. I even got stuff and traded in at CEX as well, but for today, I'm just going to go over what I picked up and what I've kept for the collection, because I'm going to save the rest of the pickups for another video. And in terms of those, as well as a majority of those are Xbox 360. I'll go over a couple of the CEX pickups and things I traded in. But yeah, what have I bought for the collection? So, for the first game, for £2.50, Killer Queen Black on the Nintendo Switch. Again, this is a game that I've kind of been interested in, and I was half tempted to trade this in, but then I saw it's completely like the Joy-Con decals. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to ruin a good thing. I'll keep this one. It looks like a good local multiplayer, like indie game type deal. So this is one I've had my eye on for some time. I always saw it reduced to like £10 and such, like brand new. So again, £4.99 is the sticker price, 50% off, £2.50. How often do you find a Switch game for £2.50? Next game here, it is Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. So I actually picked up 2 copies of this. I did trade one in at CEX. Because Game had these for £5, sticker price £9.99. So I bought 2, and I traded one in, and I think that got me like £12 CEX credit or something like that. CEX sell this for £18. Like, that's insane. So again, this is complete. I do like rhythm games. If you, that code might not be taken. If you're interested, give it a whirl. If it works for you, let me know in the comments. But as I say with this is the type of game. I've got the Kingdom Hearts main series now on PlayStation 4. So, you know what, I'm going to give it a whirl. I'll see if I like this rhythm game. If not, if it sucks, I'll trade it in, get some CEX credit, make profit, happy days, and get something I actually want in the collection. But I'm going to give that a whirl. So, we'll see how that goes. But the next game here, this is one that, again, I've been keeping an eye out for, and it is Crysis Remastered on the Nintendo Switch. So after its sticker price, £6.50 for, you know, a Switch game, Crysis Remastered as well. Crysis 1 is one that I don't actually have a physical copy of, so I wasn't even that bothered about having the whole trilogy because I do have Crysis 2 and 3 on the Xbox 360. Crysis 1, however, was the trickier one to get a physical copy of. I think there was maybe a physical PC copy back in the day, but I could be wrong, but I don't really care to be perfectly honest. I don't collect PC. Of course, it's got the postcard that it comes with and the cartridge. Again, £6.50 for Crysis Remastered. That's an awesome deal in my eyes. Yeah, so now I've got the whole trilogy on physical, so Crysis is one I can get stuck into, and it's a series I've wanted to check out for the longest time, especially with all the memes of, oh, Crysis is impossible to run on modern hardware and all that such, so yeah, looking forward to trying that out. We've got 2 more Nintendo Switch games. Next one here, Digimon Survive. £7.50 for a physical copy of Digimon Survive. Awesome deal. Again, this is a mix of a visual novel and a strategy like tactical RPG. Not played it yet. This is one I've had a pretty keen interest to try out. And again, that inner art is beautiful. If you can get that code as well, feel free to give it a whirl. I don't even know what it is. Enter your code to get Digimon cards. Yeah, not something I'm interested in. But again, this game looks awesome. I remember when this first came out as well, it was very difficult to get a hold of a physical copy. And now it's like, for £7.50, you're golden. You can see, like, on the reflection maybe, there is sticker edge. It's definitely been in CEX at one point or another. But I'm looking really forward to giving this one a whirl. It looks like an awesome game. Yeah, I'm not going to say much more about that. Just hoping it's as good as it sounds. So the next game here is Disney Illusion Island. So I watched the Disgraced YouTubers video the completionist video about this game when it came out. Again, regardless of any opinions of his videos and that, then his video really sold me on this title. Me and my partner were watching the video and we were like, this game looks awesome. And I've got a 2-year-old son, which I think this could be a very good game to kind of give him a shot, because he's very interested in video games and that. I don't want to start him too early, but at the same time, we're also in the technology generation, so it's very difficult to steer him away from phones, tablets and all sorts. But at least if I pop this in, me and the partner are playing it, and then he can maybe watch, maybe even chuck him a Joy-Con, see if it's something he's interested in. He loves Mickey Mouse and all that, so this is a game that I just genuinely think looks like a good time. For £10, absolute steal. I was this close to buying it for 20 brand new at Smith's. £10 was just the point I had to bite at. And it looks like an awesome game. It's kind of it's a simplistic Metroidvania, loads of collectibles, all sorts. So that's some of the Switch titles I picked up there. Again, very happy with that. I do have one more Switch title, which I'll go into a little bit more detail later on in the video. But yeah, without further ado, let's move on to PlayStation 4 and 5. Okie doke, so this next pile here again is very impossible not to hide that top title. But in terms of these, I'll put them down briefly. So I do have Street Fighter 6 on the PS5. Again, Steelbook edition until £11. £11.50, sorry. But either way, this is a title that when Game slashed this brand new down to £20, I was heavily considering it. I'm much more of a Tekken fan in terms of fighting game series and such, so it was never a high priority one to pick up Street Fighter 6. But again, this Steelbook is beautiful. And I hate the original box art. Again, with Steelbooks, I typically am not a fan. I don't like Steelbooks. I much prefer, the original plastic cases. And this slipcover, again, this is what I believe the box art for Street Fighter 6 should have been. So this is one of the few exceptions where I would much actually rather have the Steelbook. Even inside the Steelbook, look at that art. You've got more key character art in that. It's beautiful. You've got the disc. Street Fighter 6 is one that I'm not desperate to play, but it's one I wanted, and I wanted at a good price. So in terms of this, even in the future, in terms of the Steelbook and the slipcover and that, I don't ever see this really going below what I paid pretty much. So it's a pretty safe, not only is a safe addition to collection, I wanted the game. In a way, it's almost a safe investment in some kind of way. Again, I don't intend to sell my collection or anything at any point in the future or anything at all, but it's always good to have contingencies in case you end up jobless or something. But yeah, it's just good to see that, I managed to snag a copy of Street Fighter 6 at a fantastic price, got a beautiful steelbook, and yeah, the slipcover is even really beautiful. As I say, it's maybe some leftover sticker right here. I can probably just get that off with some Goo Gone or something. Won't be much effort at all. Help if I could actually put that back on the shelf, folks. So, I got 3 more PlayStation 5 titles. Nothing super exciting here, but again, I'll showcase what I did get. So I got Assassin's Creed Mirage, Planet Coaster, and Double Dragon Gaiden. So again, £7.50 for Double Dragon Gaiden. This didn't even come out that long ago. I think this was a few months ago. And I've been keeping an eye on it. I was waiting for maybe the £10-15 mark for it. But £7.50, snatched that up. And again, this is one that I don't ever foresee going down in value or anything of that nature. And then Assassin's Creed Mirage, this one I could definitely see being £4 or £5 in the future, but it's just a title that I want to play. Now, I don't like Assassin's Creed enough where I'll buy a title day one, for example, but this one looked like a good return to form. I've heard pretty decent things about it, so for £10 it was the perfect price to snag this one up, and I'm looking forward to giving that a whirl. And then Planet Coaster Console Edition, I do believe this was a PlayStation Plus game at one point. After the pricing and such, it was about £6. This case is a little bit destroyed. However, I bought it for the game. I've got a copy of FIFA 16 on the shelf I can easily replace the case with. But yeah, Planet Coaster, I bought it on Steam off CD keys during the COVID lockdowns. I played it for a good few hours, but I just could not wrap my head around the keyboard and mouse controls. I enjoyed the game and its contents, but yeah, mouse and keyboard just doesn't compete with me. Even though I am Tech Tucker and I do work with tech, it's one of those where I just couldn't wrap my head around the controls. I thought it'd be easier if you just give me a controller, let me do dumb baby mode, if you will, and yeah, carry on with it that way. So again, very, very awesome additions to the PlayStation 5 collection, and at amazing prices as well. It's really great to see you can get good value on the system these days. But yeah, got some PlayStation 4 titles. Similar vein here. These are just titles that, again, I was looking for on and off here and there. I do have a couple of them on the Switch, but the ones that I don't have on the Switch is one. And it is a copy of Descenders. Again, this game looked fun and it looked interesting. This wasn't a good purchase in terms of like monetary value. Like, CEX maybe sell it for £10 on eBay, between £5-10. I paid £5 after like discount and such. It just looked like an interesting game. I quite like these bicycle games. It gave me like Trial vibes, but also a mix of like Riders Republic. So again, this is the type of title that it looks fun. I'll give it a brief shot. If I like it, great. You know, I get a few hours of entertainment. If not, it's £5 and a pretty neat game to add to the collection. Not something you see in every collection. Then a couple of games I do in fact own on Nintendo Switch, but again, I dipped into the platform. Sayonara Wild Hearts and Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. So with this title, I actually own it on 4 platforms. I have it on Switch, I have it on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. So on Steam specifically. So again, it felt nice to round this one off for £3.50. I can get some additional trophies and such. While I go for Platinum, more than likely not, but I have the option to at the very least. And Sayonara Wild Hearts, again, £1.50. Yeah, this game only takes about an hour and a half. I have it on Switch. But yeah, it's just something that I felt like I had to pick it up. $2.99 slashed down to £1.50. You know, you're not gonna get deals like that, and that's, you know, it's not. I don't want to impulse purchase things for the sake of buying things. But it was one of those as well where it's like, when am I gonna find a deal like that again? It doesn't really happen, especially in this day and age. Like, yeah, game collecting is, you know, I wouldn't say it's mainstream per se, but it's definitely up there in terms of like, you know, visibility, and people know when it comes to games you have something. So again, very happy to have all that in the collection now. Okay, so last couple of bits here. My brother went to the shopping centre today, went to game, and I jokingly said when I was at his house literally last night, man, I'd love a copy of Pokemon Violet, like if there was in that 50%, and lo and behold, he found a copy of Pokemon Violet. £35, slash that in half, £17.50. That's a really, really good price for Pokemon Violet. In terms of Pokemon Violet and Pokemon Scarlet, I've got Scarlet, I got that one day one. I don't have any of the copies of like, the DLC until, but I'll correct that one day. But yeah, Pokemon Violet on cart, £17.50. Again, CEX offer that in trade-in value pretty much. I think it's like £16 cash or something. Really good price. And then another title that he found, and I couldn't say no at for the price point, £12.50, Final Fantasy 16. I've heard a lot better things about this title than Final Fantasy 15. I got that one around launch, maybe a month or so after. I did like what I played, but I put it down after about 10 hours or so. Final Fantasy 16 looks a lot more up my alley in terms of like gameplay style and such. I know it's pretty similar in terms of like the gameplay, but yeah, when I saw the trailers and all this come out, I thought the game looked sick. It is a console exclusive at the time as well, so PlayStation 5 is the only way you're going to get plays currently. They might bring it to Xbox now, especially with Square's recent announcement of their strategy shift. It very well could come to Xbox and PC. Doubt this will ever come to Switch, to be honest, but again, some more additions to the collection. Yeah, I'm very happy to add these, especially Pokemon Violet. I've actually been having a bit of a kick to say, oh, I kind of want to play Pokemon on the Switch again. I was kind of hoping to find Shine and Pearl, to be honest, but I think Violet's a better bet out of the two, to be perfectly honest, so yeah, very happy to add these to the collection. Just before we end this video, we do have a couple of other titles. So as I say, I did buy some stuff to actually trade back into CEX, because again, it was at the point where you could literally buy something and get double the value in CEX credit. So again, I'll go through that in a future video. But yes, first game, G Darius HD. This is a HD port of the PlayStation 1 title. I do believe this is on Switch as well. Again, £12, great price. I think Amazon sell it roughly the same price brand new. And then a game I've wanted for a very long time, funnily enough, it is called Wanted Dead. Well, I wanted this game alive in my hands in my collection. But yeah, I always wanted to pay under £15 for it because it is an indie title. It is. I've not heard the most amazing things about it, but it is one that I really want to just try because it is like a third-person cover shooter, kind of like Gears of War, but it's also a hack and slash game. So again, both genres I really very much enjoy. It just looks unique. I love the bright pink cover art as well. So it just grabbed my attention the very first time I saw it in the store. I think it was even recommended in like a Metal Jesus Rocks Hidden Gems video perhaps. So again, it's something I was really keen to give a shot, and yeah, for the price point, I'm not going to complain. It came under CEX credit, and after trading stuff in it, realistically cost me like £5 or £6. And that brings us to the end of this week's video. So as I say, I did buy some more games to trade in and get CEX credit. I will save that for an update video in terms of the Xbox 360 collection, as that's what I bought there. And I don't want to just blow the load. I want that video to actually be like, you know, something unique, as opposed to me just talking about games I've already showcased on the channel. So yeah, if you did enjoy this week's video, please do like, share and subscribe. Again, your continued viewership is very much appreciated. Again, I'm just awesome to see, you know, so many people in the comments and such, and you know, recurring faces and names. It's really appreciated. I love talking to you all. So yeah, again, I'll just reiterate, like, share and subscribe, and of course I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching and goodbye.